Good afternoon. My name is Alex. Welcome back. I just got back from class, an Italian film class, and you know when you watch a movie that you haven't seen before in a dark room and your body tries to process what time it is, but it's never quite right, so when you walk outside you forget what year it is or where you're from. Yeah, I have a bit of the case of that. I feel like we should come up with a word for that. Like movie psychosis or something. I don't know. I should coin a term. So yeah, I just got back from class and today was full of sun, so I feel very sun-kissed right now. So yeah, overall, a very good day, and I have a story to tell. So grab yourself a drink or a snack or both. Buckle up, because I'm gonna tell you why YouTube scares me and why I'm doing it anyways. And by proxy, I choose not to have social media. So, this all started when I was about 15. I watched a movie. Today has been a lot about movies. I digress. I watched a movie called Keith. Came out in I want to say the mid-2000s. The main character, spoiler alert, the main character dies, and the other main character of the two main character duo goes on and lives her life like an adventurer because he taught her to do that. And it made me realize how short life was. As a 15-year-old, I had a bit of a crisis because I felt like I'd lived in my screen. I'd lived through my screen up until that point. And so I just had a moment of realization that kind of smacked me in the face and made me realize that that's not living. It is not living if you experience the world through a screen, like going to a concert and recording it rather than just memorizing it with your eyes, or taking a picture of a sunset when you know it's not going to be as good as what your eyes could do. You're missing out on what's in front of you by looking at what's in front of you. And so that was a breaking point for me where I realized I'd missed a lot. And I decided, no more. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to live in the present. I still struggle with thinking about the future, but I do what I can now through removing temptations to live more presently and to be with the people that I'm traveling through life with. So from that day, I said no more, and I went through everything I had, including Dub Smash, if you remember what that was. I had a Musical.ly before it became TikTok. I went and I deleted all of my accounts. I didn't just delete the apps, I took out every account. So the only things that I would consider social media now that I do have are 3 items. And 3 is my favorite number, so it's kind of perfect. YouTube, Goodreads, and Spotify. YouTube is definitely social media. It's completely 100% social media, but especially now with the weird little short clip things that are essentially TikTok, it makes me swipe. And that's one of the things I hated about the internet in general, is it forces you to have that instant gratification problem. I had an addiction to instant gratification. It made me want to see what was next because I expected it to be better than what I just viewed. And so I was always seeking something better than before and never truly, I would scroll endlessly and waste time and stay up too late. And after a scroll sesh, I would not feel like I had put my mind to good work or good rest. I felt like a shell. I felt icky. I felt like none of this information that I just processed was serving any purpose. So it was just floating around in my brain, banging against my neurons. So I really hate that YouTube has the shorts now. But if I am strong-willed enough, I can avoid them. I'm not usually strong-willed enough. but I will work on that. But yes, I have YouTube, and obviously I post now, but I'm gonna use it much more as a creative medium and not as a way to entice people. Because the way that I believe YouTube becomes a problem with social media is if you feed on all the wrong kinds of videos that don't give life and don't fill your soul. Or you do the follow for follow and you comment on people's posts just to put your name out there in hopes that one day someone's gonna notice you. And that becomes tiresome and sad. I've done that, I've been there, I'm not gonna do that again. Yes, I do technically have social media. I do not use it or abuse it like I used to. And that leads me into why it scares me. It scares me to be on YouTube again because even putting slivers of my heart or my creativity out on the internet, it gets neglected. My words would just go into the sphere of people who are just waiting to be noticed, waiting to be seen by a YouTube following. And it became a competition of who could get the most. And so for me, it became, can I get more than last time? This video was better in my production, so why was this one more popular? And I fear that that might become an obsession again, but something tells me it won't be. A little thing clicked up here at some point this year, and I don't need that validation anymore. Another reason why speaking and sharing my opinion and creating content that have anything remotely to do with expertise or knowing stuff in general is because I don't feel like I have expertise. I feel like I have so much to share that's pinging around in my head, but very little experience, because I am young, that people think I've earned to back it up. But regardless of what other people think, I doubt myself. I think that doing a book review, I don't really know what I'm talking about, or I didn't read it closely enough to form a proper opinion. As a general fact that I have 80 years left to learn makes me feel like I am not old enough, capable, or experienced to do the talking and be the one on the internet doing this thing. But I have a feeling the day I turn 35, I'm probably still gonna have these thoughts. And it doesn't matter how old I am. It doesn't matter what year I was born. It does not matter how many years of college I went through. Our knowledge is not quantitative, it's qualitative. And right now, I fear saying that out loud because someone is probably gonna think the opposite, and that's okay. And as an overarching notion of all that I just said, these are lies. These are lies. Ooh. The enemy doesn't want me to share what's in my heart. He doesn't want me to share the fact that I might know things or might find beauty in things and want to share that with the world because beauty is good. And so he's trying to hold my wings down when I have so much room to grow and so many beats of my little hummingbird wings that I have yet to do. And so he wants to keep me on the ground when I can't wait to fly. So no, I don't have social media. Technically, I'm back on YouTube even though it scares me. And we're gonna do this together. Hope you have a very good afternoon. If the sun comes out tomorrow, be sure to take a 10-minute walk. It'll boost your mental health. Yes. See ya.